Kasumi, why are you messing with the camera? Sorry, it got cut off. I'm gonna have to put this into 2 videos. Oh, well, aren't you the technical genius? What's the problem? My memory was full. Uh-huh. And you didn't bother to check that before we started the interview. Well, I didn't think I'd recorded that much, okay? Yeah, well, I guess I could understand the slip. Anyway, so you were asking another question. Yeah, right. The last question I asked was, what's it like being smart? You answered that. Now, this one is a real doozy. I was kind of hoping that someone would ask this. What's under your hat? Ah, jeez, why is everyone so obsessed with that? I mean, seriously, can't someone have a little privacy? Well, as when you were a Cuban, I could imagine that you wanted to hide underneath it, but that wasn't the reason. Okay, well, what is the reason? Okay, fine. When I was being experimented on in Silphco, they cut into my head in order to study my brain easily. And they kept that tube there, and so I have an exposed cranium. Uh-huh. What? I got a hole in my head. Oh, okay. Well, then why bother covering it? Why not just, seal it up? I can't exactly. You see, it's a very, very fragile area where they created that hole. And so I have to protect my brain from exposure to the sun, wind, dust, elements, everything. And so are you going to show us? Excuse me, you're using a picture of me talking. I don't think I could actually show anyone. Okay, so you have a hole in your head, and that's why you cover it with your hat. Yes, to make sure I don't get my brain sunburned. Or, frozen, or just anything contaminating it, getting infected, and honestly, a mind is a terrible thing to waste. Uh-huh, nice joke. Well, what, you can be funny, but I can't? Yeah. Just read the next question. Right. Okay, next question. What? What? Okay. Can you juggle 3 balls and hop? What? Okay, who asked that? I have removed the names for anonymous purposes. Nice grammar. If they prefer anonymity, then that's their problem, but I need to know who they are so I can go ask why they would ask that. I'll ask them for you. But go on, answer it. I've never attempted to. Honestly, the juggler here is Erwin, not me. Yeah. Have you ever thought about asking him to teach you? That's not one of the questions. Go, just answer it anyway. Not really. I'm not all interested in juggling or hopping or whatever. I'd rather concern myself with important matters. Doctoring, saving lives, etc. Okay, Mr. Grumpy Gus. Okay, here is the last question from a good friend of mine. Okay, and this matters? Yeah, she's a good friend of mine, so that matters to me. Okay, what's the question? What was it like getting used to your new fingers? Well, it was difficult at first. Mostly because the stitches had to be in between the joints and the fingers themselves. So grasping something, it created friction and it hurt. But after the stitches healed and I was able to gain full mobility, it was like opening up a whole new world. I could hold things better. I could even play a flute if I wanted to. Do you want to? Actually, not really, but I'm saying if I wanted to learn, I could. Have you ever decided to learn an instrument, by the way? Kinda getting off subject, aren't you? Well, not really. I kinda wanna know. Fine little miss questions. Well, I've seen people play those ukuleles and they look kinda cool. A ukulele? Yeah, it's kinda like a guitar except it's my size. Okay, I have one last question that I just want to know that no one asked, so no one asked. You really need to work on your grammar. Thank you, Edward. But the question, I just have one little thing to ask. Do you think that you might be losing your poke humanity? Okay, another thing you need to work on is making up words. Humanity means humans. So I guess it would be, I don't know, Pokemon Life? Pokemon Way of Life? Something like that? Yeah, whatever. Do you ever feel like you might becoming too human? I don't believe there's such a thing as too human. Honestly, if I could, I would rather be a human. They're much, much smarter species in some respects. I have met some very intelligent Pokemon, but for the most part, no, there's no such thing as too much humanity. I wish I could be human. Well, that's nice, but wouldn't you miss being a Marowak? Miss what? I can't attack like a Marowak. I can't even really hold a bone. Yes, you can. What? Yeah, like that time that you were protecting Serena. Oh, yeah. That memory's kind of foggy for me. Mm-hmm. Well, I kind of were out of your mind right there. Yeah. I'm not too proud of that. Animal instincts. Well, at least that proves that you still have them. Right. Well, you've run out of questions, so I wonder what we're still doing here talking. I don't know. I asked my question, so I guess we're done. Okay, well, I've gotta go. I have a feeling that we're being watched. Being watched? Yeah. Well, do you think possibly it's because I gotta post this on YouTube? You what? YouTube. Internet? Oh, you mean that thing that has the videos on it? Yeah, that's why I'm taping this. Nice. But, okay. Whatever. I still feel like I'm being watched in this room. Ooh, okay, by who? I don't... Ow. Oh, hey, Serena. Okay, fine. I'll go back to the barn. Just hold on a second. Cosme, could you turn off that camera before she mauls my head off kissing me? Sure, whatever. Okay. Cosme signing off.